Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I am Ryan Clifton Boland. Well, I'm going to go ahead and read an article on the insanity of the far left from Breitbart News. These guys just don't give up. So I'm going to be reading this article, and it's a pretty short article. And periodically throughout that article, I'm going to be giving my comments on this article. I think this is a very interesting but also disturbing article in reference to the far left and their desire to push this transgender agenda onto our youth through the educational system and through movies. Yes, I'm going to keep attacking that. So let's go on. The title of this article is Disney Moon Knight star Oscar Isaac chants gay, 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 gay over Florida's Don't Groom Kids bill. I'm not making that up. That's literally what the title of this article is. And you're going to find out this guy actually literally says this. Dune and Star Wars star Oscar Isaac has slammed Florida's parental rights in education bill while promoting his latest project, the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel series, Moon Knight. And these guys are supposed to be presenting movies to kids, but yet at the same time they're pushing, as far as I'm concerned, purely immoral, insane ideas and policies. It just baffles the mind. In an interview with Variety, Oscar Isaac called the legislation, quote, absolutely ridiculous and, quote, insane. Now, notice that. He calls it absolutely ridiculous and insane. Now, I'm going to read further, but you got to think about what this man is actually calling absolutely ridiculous and absolutely insane. So it's absolutely ridiculous and absolutely insane, my brother, to forbid or prohibit the teaching of transgenderism to kids from kindergarten to the third grade. It's absolutely ridiculous for schools to be prohibited from teaching this kind of material. You see what's going on here, people? They want our kids. They want your kids. We better wake up, man. I'm telling you. No, so these are his words. I guess my comment would be, now let me say this before I read further. I didn't hear this video, hear his interview or anything like that on mainstream media, whatever media source he was on. This is print news, so it's the same thing. It's news, but it's just print news. So I may exit a little bit. I may add my own little spin to it. So bear with me here. So these are his words. I guess my comment would be gay, gay, gay. Gay, 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 gay. Isaac reportedly said, breaking into song. Really? This is a song? I guess we're supposed to laugh and be like, it's interesting because I actually literally, a few weeks ago, I actually watched a video. I forget whose exact YouTube video this is on, but I actually literally watched a video where they showed an actual commercial mocking Ron DeSantis' bill that he's supposedly signed into law and prohibiting transgenderism and so forth to be taught in schools from kindergarten to the third grade, I believe. And they had people literally singing gay, 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 gay. But that's not even what the bill is talking about. But we're going to go on. It's an absolutely ridiculous law, he continued. It's insane. It's insanity. And I hope that Disney as a company comes out as forcefully as possible against this idea. It's astounding that it even exists in this country. Really, brother? Really listen to this guy. He says it's insane. He says it's insane. It's insanity. And I hope that Disney as a company comes out as forcefully as possible against this idea. Notice what he said, as forcefully. These are his words, as forcefully as possible. What do you mean, sir? What do you mean by as forcefully as possible? What, you mean persecution or what? What are you talking about? See, this is demonic, people. This is demonic. It's astonishing that it even exists in this country. So let me make a comment here. It's astonishing that you have someone in government that says, I don't want this kind of material of transgenderism or whatever being taught to kids from grades 1 to 3. I don't want this to be taught in them. And the parents don't want it, but he's calling it an astonishment it even exists in this country. Wow. Pure. Who's insane here? Is it the bill or is it this actor? I submit to you it's this actor. He's demonically insane, in my opinion. Who's the insane person here? Really? Are you kidding me? If you want to teach your children that, sir, and if you have children, you want to teach your children that, then be free to do that in school. I mean, in your home, rather. You free to do that. But to impose this on other people's children, no. And I hope your movie fails. Let's go on. Variety's article falsely referred to the legislation as the, quote, "Don't Say Gay" bill, neglecting to mention the text makes no reference to gayness. So there's no reference to gayness in the bill. So what are they talking about? It's all about manipulating the minds of the people. Hitler said this. Adolf Hitler says, you keep telling a lie long enough, people will believe it to be the truth. They'll believe it. This is a lie that the far left radicals are constantly pushing on gullible, blind, blank minds to be like, yeah, man, that bill was crazy. Yeah, but you know what? To be honest with you, I believe that most people in America are really not that insane. I believe most people in America are really not that crazy to be like, well, man, you know what? They need to teach this. You may have a few here or there that their head is hollow. They really, literally, they don't have no brain up there. It's like they're zombies. Their head is hollow. There's nothing up there, literally. Like if you was to open it up, it would be like just a hollow skull. So there's a few of those, a small number in my opinion. But the vast majority of people in America, particularly parents, are not going for this. And that's why I believe that these people are pushing it, as such as actors like this are pushing this such. And I also believe that people like this guy is getting paid extra money. He has to be, in my opinion, to be getting paid some under the table money by far left radical groups or people like George Soros, whatever his name is. You know what I'm talking about? Paying these people under the table or something, in addition to the money they're getting from as actors. Because there is no way, it would be hard pressed to believe that you really hold on to that ideology, that this should be taught to kids in the schools. It's really hard unless somebody paying you. If not, and you really believe that, in my opinion, as I said earlier, this person, this actor is the one that's insane. He's the one that's insane. Let's go on. The trade publication also misleadingly claimed the bill would prohibit, quote, instruction regarding gender identity and sexual orientation, end quote. In fact, the restriction only applies to kids in kindergarten through third grade. Now, let me say something about this before I end this article. In my opinion, I don't think the bill goes far enough. Oh, so you want to just stop through kindergarten through the third grade? Now, I guess the argument could be, well, in kindergarten and third grade, their minds are more impressionable. But these kids' minds are still more as impressionable. From the fourth grade up to teenage years, their minds is impressionable, especially if they're not being really taught at the homes. So it shouldn't be, in my opinion, this shouldn't be taught in the schools at all, period. If that's what you want to do as a parent, to teach your children, teach them at home. But don't impose that on other people's kids. That's insanity. What's insane is when you impose these kind of ideologies on the innocent minds of children. There is no basis for justifying this. And as I said in the previous video, I don't want to hear this nonsense about, well, we're trying to teach them to be more tolerant. That's your premise? That's your argument? You want to teach them to be more tolerant by pushing the teaching of transgenderism to these kids? Man, come on. I wouldn't even argue that with someone on the far left. I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't waste my voice. Okay, let's continue on. Oscar Isaac made his comments the same day as Disney employees staged a walkout in protest of the company's response to the Florida bill. Disney CEO Bob Chapek initially refused to let the company get sucked into the political debate, but then, get this now, quickly surrendered. See, he has no kahunas, had no backbone, quickly surrendered after LGBTQ employees and the mainstream media engaged in a pressure campaign. Notice the article says in the mainstream media. So when you have the mainstream media putting their foot in it, see, the mainstream media, I say this all the time, the mainstream media is poison. They're poison. They're liars. They're manipulators. They're telling you a lie. Why would people in the mainstream media get involved in this? Because they're twisted. They're being paid, as far as I'm concerned. They're being paid to push this kind of agenda. Because most people watch them. But what I'm finding out, too, is that a lot of people are turning from them. Because they're liars. They're demented. Okay? Then the article goes on to say, Disney promised, now get this part, this part is really crazy. Disney promised its employees this week that it will launch a LGBTQ task force. This is so important to them that they got to launch a task force. Disney, okay, the studio or the company or the business or whatever that specialized in showing cartoons and movies to appeal to young people. They want to launch an LGBTQ task force and engage in transgender activism, including opposing a Texas measure concerning transgender procedures for children. In other words, we're going to oppose any kind of legislation that comes against children wanting to change their transgender, change their bodies, whatever. That's the end of that article. But this is what we're dealing with, people. We're dealing with some very sick, demented individuals, as far as I'm concerned. And this actor is one of them. But as I said before, and I say it again, we the people, most of the people in America, I honestly believe, are against this kind of agenda. Millions upon millions of them. And how you stop this kind of nonsense, you simply don't support them. You don't have to go see these people's movies. You don't. There's plenty of movies out here that is not pushing transgenderism and this gay and stuff on our young people. There's plenty of movies out here not pushing that. Let your children, I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, but let's be realistic though. It would probably be better, in my opinion, to let your children watch some of the older Disney cartoons and movies. Daffy Duck, like I said in the previous video. Not Daffy Duck. Donald Duck, Mickey Mouse, all of that stuff. It was cool. It was good. Or even that. You know what? Maybe you don't even want to bother giving them any of your money. Enough people in America needs to come together and say, you know what? I'm not going to send my son and daughter, and I'm not going to take any of them, and I'm not going to go watch any more Disney movies or Disney cartoons. How about that? So let them spend tens of millions of dollars, some possible hundreds of millions of dollars producing and marketing these movies, and they don't make nothing from Americans. Now you can send it over there overseas, Disney, whatever. You can send it over overseas and market it overseas. Okay, but that ain't America. We're in America. And as Americans, we don't have to see your movie. How about that? I'm imploring everyone. I really am imploring you. Don't go see these people's movies. Don't go see this Isaac whatever guy's movies. Don't go see the movie. You go see the movie. Well, I don't care. I just really want to see this Pixar movie, whatever. Then that's your fault. You are helping to support an evil agenda. You're helping to support what I believe to be an obvious agenda going all the way back to the 80s. I'm just saying. That's how we stop them. There's hope on the horizon. The hope is don't support them. Don't buy the tickets. And that's all I got to say about that. What do you guys say about it? What do you think about this Isaac guy? What do you think about him? What's your words on him? Leave your comments in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button. Share this video and subscribe. God bless you all and see you again.